everyone, so I put the Generation 1 Monster High characters and the Generation 3 Monster High characters in the Hunger Games Simulator. I think both generations are good. Anyway, in District 1, we have Frankie. Keep in mind that G-Free Frankie is non-binary. I didn't know how to fix that. In District 2, we have Draculaura. In District 3, we have Claudine. In District 4, we have Cleo. In District 5, we have Laguna. In District 6, we have Gulia. In District 7, we have Toralei. In District 8, we have Deuce. In District 9, we have Spectra. In District 10, we have Twyla. In District 11, we have Claude. And in District 12, we have Abby. So, alright, I'm going to get started. Alright. Okay, G-Free, Laguna, and Frankie fight for a bag, and G-Free Frankie gives up and retreats. G1 Claudine runs away from the cornucopia. G1 Draculaura runs away from the cornucopia. G1 Gulia, Toralei, and Twyla start fighting, but Toralei runs away as Gulia kills Twyla. G-Free Claude saves the cornucopia for resources. Laguna runs away from the cornucopia. G-Free Claudine runs away from the cornucopia. G1 Frankie takes a spear from inside the cornucopia. G-Free Draculaura runs away from the cornucopia. G-Free Abby, Toralei, and G1 Spectra and G-Free do share everything they gathered before running. G-Free Spectra finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. G1 Abby shoots an arrow at G-Free Gulia, but misses and kills G1 Cleo instead. G-Free Twyla rips a mace out of G1 Claude's hands. G1 Deuce overpowers G-Free Cleo, killing her! Okay, that was... Wow, G-Free Claudine constructs a shack. G-Free Laguna tries to spearfish with a trident. Anyway, G1 Claude chases G-Free Gulia. G1 Deuce constructs a shack. G-Free Abby searches for firewood. G-Free Frankie attacks G1 Frankie, but they manage to escape. Wait, so G1 Frankie managed to escape. Okay, G1 Toralei explores the area. G1 Laguna receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. G1 Abby diverts G1 Gulia's attention and runs away. G-Free Spectra falls into a pit and dies. I don't know how Spectra fell into a pit. G-Free Deuce is pricked by thorns while picking berries. G-Free Claude severely injures G-Free Draculaura but puts her out of her misery again? What is going on? G-Free Twyla diverts G1 Draculaura's attention and runs away. G-Free Toralei and G1 Spectra split up to search for resources, and G1 Claudine discovers a cave. Okay, oh god. G-Free Gulia cries herself to sleep. G1 Abby cries herself to sleep. G-Free Claude destroys G1 Laguna's supplies while she is asleep. G-Free Claudine cries herself to sleep. G-Free Frankie tends to her wounds. G1 Claude questions his sanity. Wait, was it G1 Claude that killed G-Free Draculaura, or was it... I already forgot which one killed who. Okay, G1 Toralei starts a fire. G1 Gulia and G1 Claudine sleep in shifts. G-Free Abby and G-Free Toralei hold hands. G-Free Deuce and Twyla huddle for warmth. G1 Frankie receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. G1 Deuce ambushes G1 Spectra and kills her. Again, I don't know how because she's a ghost. Did anyone ever see that random episode of The Amazing World of Gumball where Tobias was trying to attack Carrie and she's like, I'm a ghost, you idiot. But then he, like, snaps a twig and says that it's now the ghost of a stick. So he attacks her, and that works. Of course, none of that was even real. That was all going on in his head. G3 Laguna receives medical supplies. from an unknown sponsor. G1 Draculaura dies from hunger. G1 Claudine discovers a river. G1 Frankie searches for a water source. G3 Toralei goes hunting. G3 Gulia is pricked by thorns while picking berries. G3 Claude stalks G1 Abby. G3 Abby injures herself. G3 Frankie runs away from G3 Twyla. G1 Toralei collects fruit from a tree. G3 Deuce, G1 Gulia, G1 Deuce, G3 Laguna, and G3 Claudine track down and kill G1 Claude. Okay, so they got Claudine to kill her brother. Okay, wow. G1 Laguna picks flowers. Okay, Spectra, Draculaura, and Claude are both dead. Alright, let's see everyone's stats so far. So, G1 Deuce has the most kills so far. And, okay, both Frankies are still alive. Both Claudines are still alive. And both the Spectres are dead. Okay, let's just continue. Okay, G3 Twyla looks at the night sky. G3 Frankie tries to treat her infection. G3 Claude kills G1 Claudine for her supplies. Why does this keep happening? G1 Laguna lets G1 Frankie into her shelter. G3 Abby and G1 Abby huddle for warmth. Okay. G3 Gulia tries to treat her infection. G1 Toralei dies of dysentery. Really? G3 Toralei and G3 Deuce huddle for warmth. G1 Deuce passes out from exhaustion. G3 Claudine questions her sanity. G1 Gulia climbs a tree, and G3 Laguna screams for help. Okay, G1 Abby scares G3 Laguna off. G3 Claudine travels to higher ground. G3 Toralei collects fruit from a tree. G1 Gulia searches for firewood. G3 Twyla thinks about home. G3 Deuce makes a wooden spear. G1 Frankie tries to spear fish with a trident. G3 Frankie receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. G1 Laguna kills G3 Gulia with a sickle. G1 Deuce makes a wooden spear. G3 Abby receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. G3 Claude searches for firewood. Okay, so Claudine, Toralei are dead, and so is Gulia. Okay, G1 Frankie quietly hums. G3 Twyla receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. G1 Laguna sets G3 Toralei on fire with a Molotov. That means both Toraleis are dead now. G3 Claudine fends G3 Claude, G3 Deuce, and G1 Deuce away from her fire. G1 Gulia lets G1 Abby into her shelter. G3 Frankie sets up camp for the night. G3 Laguna and G3 Abby talk about the tributes still alive. G1 Laguna, G3 Claude, and G3 Claudine hunt for other tributes. G3 Deuce begs for G1 Abby to kill him. She refuses, keeping him alive. G3 Frankie, Abby, and G1 Gulia get into a fight, and G3 Abby triumphantly kills them both. G3 Twyla begs for G3 Laguna to kill her. She refuses, keeping G3 Twyla alive. And G1 Frankie receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. And then G1 Deuce dies from an infection. G1 Laguna destroys G3 Deuce's supplies while he is asleep. G3 Twyla and G3 Laguna run into each other and decide to truce for the night. G1 Abby starts a fire. G3 Claude loses sight of where he is. G3 Claudine attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. G1 Frankie receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. G3 Abby is awoken by nightmares. I think I'm going to finally bring up the irony of Abby starting a fire. Okay, the cornucopia is replenished. G3 Claude decides not to go to the feast. G3 Laguna and G3 Claudine get into a fight over raw meat, but G3 Laguna gives up and runs away. Yeah, of course Claudine would win that fight. G3 Deuce and G1 Abby threaten a double suicide. It fails and they die. Okay, so both Deuces are dead now. Laguna decides not to go, so does Twyla, Frankie, and Abby. Okay, G1 Laguna receives an explosive, and so does Twyla. G3 Abby makes a slingshot. G3 Claudine picks flowers. G3 Claude and G3 Laguna split up to search for resources, and G1 Frankie tries to spearfish with a trident. G3 Deuce and G1 Abby are dead. I think I'm finally going to bring up the fact that Frankie has gotten close to water a couple times, and they might electrocute. G1 Frankie sees the fire but stays hidden. G3 Claudine tries to sing herself to sleep. G3 Laguna climbs a tree to rest. G3 Twyla loses sight of where she is. G3 Claude brinks of home. G3 Abby sets up a camp for the night. G1 Laguna cries herself to sleep. G3 Claudine tends to G3 Claude's wounds. Okay, finally, the siblings are actually being nice to each other. G3 Abby attacks G3 Laguna, but she manages to escape. G3 Twyla, G1 Laguna, and G1 Frankie hunt for other tributes. Okay, G3 Claude receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. G3 Laguna passes out from exhaustion. G1 Laguna loses sight of where she is. G3 Claudine kills G3 Abby. G1 Frankie quietly hums, and G3 Twyla thinks about winning. G3 Twyla collects fruit from a tree. G1 Laguna searches for a water source. G3 Claude defeats G3 Claudine in a fight, but spares her life. Okay. G1 Frankie goes hunting, and G3 Laguna fishes. That's the second time Laguna has gone fishing. Seriously? Okay, Abby's gone. G1 Frankie tries to sing herself to sleep. I think Frankie's also done a lot of humming and singing lately. Laguna thinks about winning. Claudine stays awake all night. Claude poisons Laguna's drink but mistakes it for his own and dies. And Twyla stays awake all night. G3 Twyla stalks Laguna. G3 Claudine hunts for other tributes. G3 Laguna and G1 Frankie split up to search for resources. Okay. G3 Frankie receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. G3 Claudine defeats G3 Laguna in a fight but spares her life. G3 Twyla thinks about winning. G1 Laguna cooks her food before putting her fire out. G3 Claudine defeats G3 Laguna in a fight but spares her life. G1 Laguna shoots an arrow into G1 Frankie's head. G3 Twyla makes a slingshot. Okay, so the Frankies are gone now. I think I was kind of rooting for one of them to win. G3 Claudine receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. G3 Twyla, G3 Laguna, and G1 Laguna cheerfully sing songs together. Twyla dies. Claudine injures herself. Laguna explores the area, and G1 Laguna dies. Okay, so how many people are left? Okay, the last people in the running are G3 Claudine and Laguna. Alright. Laguna is unable to convince Claudine not to kill her. So G3 Claudine won. Okay, so the winner is G3 Claudine. Alright, so she had 3 kills. And G1 Laguna also had 3 kills. G3 Laguna was in second place, and G1 Twyla was in last place. Well, anyway, that's the end of the video.